I overheard my family's plan to humiliate me at Christmas. That night, Mom called, furious. "Where are you?" I said calmly. "Did you enjoy my gift?" I heard them laughing before I even reached the door. Not the warm, Christmas kind. No. This was sharp, mocking, cruel. And then I heard my own name. At dessert, we'll confront her. In front of everyone. It's the only way to make Clara give up that silly jewelry thing. My mother's voice. My siblings agreeing. My father silent, because silence has always been his version of approval. Fingers trembling, I stepped back into the hallway and realized something in me had snapped. So when my mom called later, furious, screaming, "Where are you?" I just smiled and said, "Did you enjoy my gift?" If you've ever been underestimated, dismissed, or treated like you'll never be enough, then you're gonna love this one. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready. Because today's story is about what happens when the black sheep finally stops begging for approval and serves revenge colder than a Connecticut winter. My name is Clara Bennett, 32 years old, founder of Clara Designs, a boutique jewelry brand with over 60,000 online customers. But to the Bennetts, I'm the artsy disappointment. My parents, Richard and Margaret, built their lives on polished appearances and corporate prestige. My older brother, Ethan, practically came out of the womb holding a finance degree. My sister, Olivia, is a lawyer whose personality is as sharp as her stilettos. Me? I design jewelry, and to them that meant one thing. I wasn't serious. Every year, my parents hosted Christmas at their estate in Greenwich, Connecticut. A mansion big enough to get lost in, decorated like a Hallmark movie exploded inside. When I pulled into the long driveway this year, my stomach was already tight. Holidays with the Bennetts always meant smiling through subtle insults, dodging concerned questions, and pretending their approval didn't matter. But this year, I thought maybe it would be different. I had brought them gifts I designed by hand, personalized, meaningful. I'd even hit a business milestone. A major influencer had just worn my pieces for once. I hoped they might be proud. I arrived early, hoping to help set up. That was my mistake. As I walked upstairs to drop off my coat, I heard voices coming from the sitting room. I froze. My mother's crisp, Chardonnay smooth voice carried easily. "We'll do it after dinner, when everyone's gathered." My heart thudded. Ethan snorted. Finally, someone has to tell her she's delusional. Olivia chimed in. "She's 32, making bracelets on Instagram. It's embarrassing." My palms went cold. Mom continued, "This intervention will help her. She needs a real career, something respectable. We'll have Richard talk about job options. Ethan can explain finances, and Olivia, well, you know how to be firm." They laughed, about publicly shaming me at Christmas, in front of relatives to fix me. I stepped back so quietly it hurt. Their voices blurred, but one last line from my mother sliced through the fog. "She won't fight it. She never does." Something inside me shattered, but something else, something stronger, took its place. They expected me to swallow it, smile, nod, be the obedient black sheep. Not this time. I walked straight out of that house, out the front door, down the icy steps. The December air stung my cheeks. But honestly, it felt better than their version of love. When I reached my car, my hands were shaking so badly, I could barely unlock it, not from fear, from clarity. They were never going to respect me, never going to see me. I didn't owe them humiliation just because they called it tradition. I drove until the estate was nothing more than headlights behind me. Then I called my best friend Emily. The moment she heard my voice, she didn't ask what happened. She just said, "You're coming to the cabin. We'll celebrate your way." Emily and a few mutual friends were spending Christmas in the Catskills cozy cabin. Firewood, real warmth, the emotional kind. When I arrived, they didn't ask me to justify my existence. They didn't mock my career. They didn't expect perfection. They just handed me hot cocoa and said I looked like I needed the biggest blanket in the house. And as we sat by the fire, I realized this was family, not DNA, not last names, not reputations, but love, freely given. Now let's get to the part you came for. Before I left the estate, I did one thing. I left behind all the Christmas gifts I'd brought for my family, the handmade jewelry I'd spent weeks designing specifically for them. But inside each gift box, I added a card. Not a cruel card, not an insult. Just one single sentence. May you someday value what can't be measured on a resume. Each piece of jewelry had a note describing its symbolism. My father's cufflinks, symbolizing integrity. My mother's pendant, symbolizing empathy. Ethan's tie clip, symbolizing humility. Olivia's bracelet, symbolizing compassion. All traits they were lacking. The irony? The pieces were some of my best work. Detailed. Elegant. Worth hundreds. But they would never appreciate them from the person they thought was beneath them. I wrapped them beautifully, placed them neatly under the massive Christmas tree. Then I left, Christmas evening. I was curled up in the cabin, drinking mulled wine, watching snow drift past the window. Then my phone buzzed. Mom. I let it ring 3 times before answering. Her voice was already shaking. Clara, where are you? Everyone is waiting. How dare you leave like that? Her fury almost crackled through the phone. I let her rant, let her choke on her outrage. And then I said, calmly, "Did you enjoy my gift?" Silence. Then, "What do you mean?" I smiled, even though she couldn't see it. "You wanted to give me an intervention. I thought I'd give you one first." Her breath caught. "You ruined Christmas, Clara." "No," I said softly. "You planned to humiliate me. You ruined it for yourselves." And then I added the sentence that ended the conversation. "I won't let you treat me like I'm less anymore. Not now. Not ever." She started to speak again, but I hung up. My hands weren't shaking anymore. The next day, I got a call from my grandmother, the only Bennett with a real heart. She told me in a hushed, conspiratorial voice, "Darling, your gifts were beautiful. Everyone is talking about them." Apparently, the extended family, aunts, cousins, even a few in-laws, were horrified when they learned my immediate family's plan. My grandmother, bless her, tore into them. She praised my jewelry, told them what it took to build a business from scratch, made them sound small, because in that moment, they were for the first time in years. I felt seen. Back in the cabin, my friends raised their glasses to me. "To the woman who walked away," Emily said. "To the woman who deserves better," another added. And I realized I wasn't the black sheep. I was free. The next year, Clara Designs exploded in popularity. Thanks to a viral TikTok, a celebrity endorsement, and a growing loyal fan base. Success tasted sweeter, without the bitterness of needing their approval. The real revenge wasn't the note, wasn't ignoring Christmas dinner, wasn't even the phone call. It was this. They finally had to face a version of me that didn't kneel for their validation, the humiliation they planned. It backfired. On them. I didn't have to scream, didn't have to insult, didn't have to stoop to their level. I simply walked away and let them sit with the emptiness they created. And that right there is the sweetest revenge. Sometimes the people who are supposed to love you the most love the idea of you, not the real you. And the moment you stop bending to fit their expectations, you finally learn what freedom tastes like. If this story hit home, or if you just enjoyed that delicious slice of revenge, make sure to hit that like button. Comment below, have you ever had to walk away from someone to protect your peace? And of course, subscribe for more emotionally charged Reddit stories, where karma always finds its target.